Hey, welcome into another edition of Marsh Media News Update. We've got your breaking news for you. And, like we always say, don't be sloppy with your business if you don't want us up in it. And man, can I tell you, y'all done been very, very, very frivolous with y'all's business off in it. Hey, man, yours truly, the voice, your anchor, comedian, the DL Marshall, is the Savoir Faire. And as always, I couldn't do it with our lovely co-anchor, Miss Sean Lee, who's going to be joining us right here in the news studio in just a second. But hey, man, and first of all, I got to say, my Kansas City Chiefs ran it back to back. Stephen A. Smith, they ran it back to back. Ryan Clark, they ran it back to back. Skip Bayless, they ran it back to back. Michael Irvin, they ran it back to back. Dan Olowski, they ran it back to back. And for all of you, and I hate to say this name, but my girl Jamil Hill, who is a undoubted, self-renowned, proclaimed 49ers, bang, bang, you ran out of bullets gang from Detroit 49ers fan, Jamil Hill. Oh, the Chiefs ran it back. How do you make the defending champs, did I say defending champs? How do you consider the defending champs underdogs in three of the most important clutch playoff games? Y'all said he wouldn't be able to win on the road against Buffalo because Josh Allen is that dude, and it is his time to surpass the king, Pat Mahomes. No, didn't work. Oh, they're not going to be able to go into Charm City and beat the Baltimore Ravens because Lamar Jackson has undoubtedly proven himself to be, without a doubt, this year's MVP, which I agree. But guess what? Yeah. Playoff Pat ain't nothing to mess with. Playoff Pat ain't nothing to mess with. Yeah, I'm channeling my inner Wu-Tang Clan on the clean side radio edit. But check this out. They get to the San Francisco 49ers down in Vegas, which Raider fans, we played a home playoff game in y'all stadium before y'all. So just call it Arrowhead West. Yeah, but we invaded the Raiders stadium down in Vegas, and we heard y'all, Tony Romo. Yeah, we could hear in your analyst and your play recalling that you was rooting for the 49ers, but Patrick Mahomes got way more Super Bowls than you while you up there trying to quit. But I ain't gonna petty out. I just wanted to let y'all know. Y'all see this red blazer that I'm looking so dashing and debonair in? Yes, sir. That is Chief DNA. The kingdom is loose. Playoff Pat, we salute you. And to all you guys that's been hitting me up talking about Tom Brady is still the GOAT. Tom Brady retired. And if Pat Mahomes plays 20 years, clear up into his 40s like Tom Brady did, then watch out, Jack, because the numbers that Tom Brady put up, they ain't gonna stand a chance. You hear what I'm saying? And another thing, y'all quick to talk about, well, when he faced Tom Brady in the Super Bowl, he lost. Yeah, he did. And he lost to Tom Brady without an offensive line. Not an excuse, just facts. But guess what? When it's all said and done, when they faced each other, I said when they faced each other head to head, the record is 3 wins Mahomes, 3 wins Tom Brady. Sound like they pretty much even. But when you start going in them statistic numbers, passing yards, Patrick Mahomes. Single season, Patrick Mahomes leads him. Most playoff wins, Patrick Mahomes. Touchdown duos, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce. Come on, what more can that man do? Y'all quit living in the past. Because the last I thought, it's been about 25 years since the 49ers won a Super Bowl and 30 since them Cowboys. We ain't America's new team. We the world's team. All right, without further ado, let us get it a little pretty up in here. Welcome to the news desk, Miss Sean Lee. What's up, Sean?
Hey. Now, listen, I was all for that because I wasn't feeling the underdog comments left and right. And I'm like, okay, what y'all gonna do? Because I need y'all to eat all y'all words. Eat every last one of them.
Without sugar. Well,
yeah, I was like, yeah, go ahead.
You know, I always look forward to what your shirt say. What we got here? TikTok major what?
Instagram minor.
All right. There's a message in the wardrobe every time.
So ridiculous. So ridiculous.
Well, you know, Sean, as we say, you know, keep your business out to public and we'll stay out it. Well, we got a few people that allowed their business to seep over into the public eye, which as journalistic reporters and tea spillers, we got some stories to tell. Unfortunately, at the end, and I'm going to save it to the end, we got a little messy here in Kansas City that we're going to have to talk about as well. Okay. But if you don't mind, I want to kick things off on a little lighter note, as you say. For Black History Month, we're gonna throw the little light skin a little love. Go ahead. Although you was in the house, we was outside in the heat.
Shut up. Kick things off with a lighter note. Okay, so yeah. Well, it ain't that light though.
Well, mine is. I got one for you. I got one for you to get us started. Shannon Sharp. Yeah, brother Unc. That's my dog. Look, now that he's retired, Shannon Sharp is all right with me now. Through the late 80s and through to the 90s, I could not stand Shannon Sharp. Not because he was a bad individual. It's because he played for the Denver Broncos. And you know, Denver was always on our head. Denver was to us what we're now to Denver. Denver was to us what we're now to the Raiders. Denver was to us what we're now to the Wait a minute. That's all the AFC West. Denver was to us the way we were to the AFC West. But Shannon was worth his weight of his paycheck. And I remember that Shannon was such a wordsmith with his trash talking on the field that he had players ready to pull his face mask off, punch him, hit him. So that makes me not understand why Shannon took to his show Nightcap to jump all over Mike Epps. Now, I know he said Mike Epps lied on his name, but let me just say this to Unc, which now I know Unc understands because gratefully Shannon and Mike, they met up for NBA All-Star Weekend and they've squashed the beef, took pictures. But I would say shout out to our fellow Missourian down from St. Louis, Guy Torrey, who felt the need, and I'm so glad he took the lead, took it to the social media and said, hey, look, fellas, we Gen X. And when you Gen X, that means you are late 40s into your, I think, right at 60. That's Generation X. That's Generation X. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you look at a generation being 20 years.
Okay.
So you turn around and you say, we're grandfathers, we got grown kids, we're not to be out here tussling. We should both to be showing folks that as you've gotten older, your fighting years are behind you, and now you use your words of negotiation to prevent physical confrontation. Well, brother Unc got caught off guard when Mike Epps said in a live comedy show that Shannon had reached out to him, whether it be call, DM, or whatnot, to have him come on Club Shay Shay because Shannon, wanted him on because, Shannon been having a lot of comedians on. Well, he said, no, my dear, I'm not coming on your show. I'm not coming on your show for you to sit across me with them tight pants on like you did, Cat, showing me, trying to look at my, you know what I'm saying? And so he said, tell me Shannon don't look like Madea if you put a wig on him. All funny. Well, Shannon said, I don't take offense to you calling me gay. I'm not gay. Tell your little jokes. Try to be funny if you must. I don't take offense with you talking about the tightness of my clothes. I get it. But don't lie on my name. Now, this is where I will tell Shannon, I hung out with a lot of 90s, late 80s Chiefs players. And there was something called the Monday Night Meltdown. And from my understanding, allegedly, The night when Derek Thomas just straight lost it and tried to snatch your helmet off, that every time you got close to Derek Thomas, whether it was a block, he tackled you, you made a catch, you rattled off some numbers. So it's like this, Sean. He would walk past Derek Thomas allegedly and say 816. And then another time he would say 523. And then another time he would say 1. And then another time he'd say 7-5. And then the last time he'd say 6. And the numbers he ratted out, Shannon had done his research. That was Derek Thomas's lady's number.
Ooh.
So yeah. So come on, brother. Come on now. So I know going forward, you're not gonna let trash talk and get under your skin. Allegedly, but holler at your man DL. I'm a comedian too. I'm a clean comedian. I would love to come on Club Shay Shay. I would love to have Club Shay Shay come on Backstage Pass. Let's look it up. But Shannon, reach out to me on social media, DDL Marshall, always. Let me know if what I just said is correct. But I have, Sean, some very reliable short. Like I said, I hung out with some 80s Chiefs, 90s Chiefs players that played in that game, and they was like, yeah, man, Derek snapped when he's so yeah, Shannon, you know, how about the red phone? Y'all better call the National Guard. You was a wordsmith champ on the field. So let's just say this for Uncle and anybody else. When dealing with comedians, we are professional wordsmiths. We are professional trash talkers. That's why you pay to come see us, so that you can have entertainment through hearing our viewpoint on situations that y'all find humorous as well. And so our insight is not normal, and that's what you pay for. But it's something, Sean, that's called putting 20 on 10.
You said that before. 20
yeah, 20 on 10 is we're going to embellish this to make it even funnier. So if you take something that's funny straight and you add a little spice to it, that's just like you take some chicken wings. The chicken wings could be seasoned up and fire, but you throw a little lemon pepper on it. You throw a little mango habanero to it. Woo! Yeah. Them fried chicken wings just exploded. And that's all the joke is. That's all we do as comedians. We take something that's already funny, something that's real, and we slide 20 on 10.
20 on 10.
20 on 10. So moving forward, I love how you said you made a promise to your sis that you wouldn't have no beef. Look here. Be you. That's what we tune in for. I am a Club Shay Shay supporter. I enjoy the show. But if somebody says something, say it back respectfully, just not with 2 hip replacements at 55 years old. Don't be don't be pulling up on folk. You are the Black Hulk, bruh. Ain't too many people gonna let you roll up without having them a little extra security. All right. So we want you around for the duration that God has set for you. Keep making the content that you're making, and keep take it as flattery when people. I'm mentioning you right now. Take it as flattery, Take it as flattery. Now, that ain't all though. We gonna call this the rabbit hole of Shannon Sharp. Pause, because I don't want y'all thinking nothing else when I get into this. So he had the Mike Epps situation. Then Mace jumped in. He went at Mace. He called Mace fake, fat, roly-poly preacher that don't know if he want to rap or be a preacher. Hey, Unc was hot.
Listen.
And it was hot, Sean. He was hot. He was rolling it out. He was kicking cheeks and taking names. You feel what I'm saying?
Hilarious.
But then our own Eddie Griffin had a comedy show, and he went in. And he went in on Shay. He went in on Ricky Smiley. It's 20 on 10, y'all. It's jokes. And I'm going to tell you something. If y'all go back through the annals of time and you look at comedic history, anytime something becomes mega in the news, popular in the streets, it becomes community, so to say, material on stage, such as presidents.
Yeah.
Look at all the skits that come on Saturday Night Live, and you know, all that. Kanye, Wendy Williams. So when you become a certain, so here's the deal. Best said like by Corey Holcomb. We fool with you, and it's just like in the hood or your girlfriend's circle coming up, Sean. We tease those that we love and we like. And if I rock with you, I should be able to throw you one without you getting, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The comedy community fools with Shannon Sharpe. And that was Mike Epps' way of saying, now, you know, I done DM'd you trying to get on the show. Let me do my part. And I'm gonna turn it around and get to the last part of Shannon Sharpe on this. Think about this. Sean, you might be a little too young to understand it. You know, you like to play younger than what you are anyway, but you might be a little too young. That's flattery now. Don't give me that side. That's flattery. That's flattery now.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Okay. Yeah. Take it with grace. Take it with grace. But Howard Cosell, Muhammad Ali, they would get with each other after they had a real blow up, and after they found out that the media and that the audience ate it up. So anytime Muhammad Ali got ready to fight, he would find Howard Cosell, and they would get into this exchange one with another. Oh, you're just a bum, Muhammad. My name is Muhammad Ali. Call me Cash. So that was the banner back and forth. And guess what that did? It engaged folk to make sure they went to go find the fight. Muhammad Ali knew people came to his fights to watch him get knocked out. But what happened? He knocked out the person that they was rooting for, which caused more people. And what I'm saying to Shannon is right now, people are watching to watch you unravel. You got to make sure that you're able to kick your shots back without unraveling. Lastly, all the gay jokes seem like they may have allegedly come to a head. Pause. But as Hollywood has now been let go and relieved of his stylist duties for Shannon Sharpe, as Shannon has now rehired his assistants to take back over the styling duties for him. Hollywood has been fired, and we know Hollywood is an open gay man and stylist to the stars. His response was a video when Steve Harvey was on Shannon Sharpe's show, where he just dropped the receipt of Shannon Sharpe saying, you did that, Hollywood, you did that. So just to show, hey, man, I did do my job. Shannon said that most of the clothes that he already had those clothes. Most of the combinations he'd had that his former assistant had already, well, his assistant former stylist had already put together. And so Hollywood just showed that to say, hey, look here, y'all, I ain't no hanger on. I was worth my weight. So what do you feel about that, Sean? If you say, for instance, I was your stylist, and everybody's like, I don't know. I think they more than just stylists. And why people say that is because Shannon took Hollywood courtside seats to multiple Laker games, and they would go other places. I know that's a stylist, but let's just say you say, okay, DL, I got tickets to the Lakers game, and I'm sitting courtside next to you, and we looking all couple-ish, and then people hitting you up like, I think y'all. Would you fire me for that?
I mean, no, absolutely not. So I don't think that I would fire you, but if I felt like the perception was coming off, like you might not be courtside the next time, like you might, but
so you're gonna take away my job perks because other people got a problem with how good we and well we were.
What I'm saying is perception is perception, and regardless of what it really is, depending on how that affects him, his business, and how that affects that young man, like I wouldn't fire him. Absolutely not. I would not care about that part, but putting myself in this, to make it look like we're a couple, even though that's probably not what they were doing, but how people are. But I would kind of take myself out of situations like that. But I would not fire. Absolutely not. Like that's just ridiculous.
Well, you know how the court of public opinion is. So I'm gonna rattle off some of the comments, Sean, that they had to say. Now, one said, Shannon fired dude because everybody calling him gay on the DL now? you just don't fire dude after you openly took him to multiple Laker games, etc., etc. Shannon trying to shake those allegations, but I feel as though it's too late because I don't know any straight man taking a known gay dude to sit courtside for the world to see, in my opinion. What do you think about that person that left that comment?
I mean, I don't know. Like, and I know who Shannon Sharp is. I enjoy him. I don't see him as, when I see him, I don't think that. So I don't know. I feel like firing him was wrong. I do. Honestly,
you know what?
All the way wrong.
I would say this: if Shannon helped him get another client, then it's not so much a firing as it is for a moving on. But
yeah,
I would say this: I think Shannon is a good-hearted guy, and I think that he probably can enjoy company no matter what the sexual preference is, as long as they're not entangled in it. And I think that's exactly what he was doing. And I think his kindness, because the world has such a perverse outlook on the way things go day to day nowadays, that people took it that way. And I think Shannon might have sat him down and said, look, to preserve your career, because now Hollywood was the stylist for another NFL player, and he wound up outing that NFL player because they were in a relationship. So now it could be that, and Hollywood was quite messy for that. But it could be that Shannon is saying, hey, bruh, this might not be a good look second time around the block like that. So let's do this. Let me get you over to somewhere else, and maybe a female client this time. You know what I mean? So that people don't have the perception that the only way Hollywood can get a job is if he lay down or bend over for another guy. Yeah, I be stroking. So let's go to a couple of comments. It's people like this next comment, Sean. I'm going to read it. The closed-mindedness of this, it really gets on my nerves. I like Sharp. ... He just needs to come clean and just keep it 100. What do you mean? So you just gonna straight up insinuate and just straight up just say this man is gay? What he got? What if they ain't fooling around?
Yeah.
What if he has come clean and said, look, I ain't got no problem with gay people, but my lifestyle isn't that of a gay man. I like women. I'm heterosexual. I'm straight. Why can't that be his clean truth?
Yeah, I don't like when people do that. And I think that people put their own whatever is on other people. But like I said, just from what I've seen of Shannon Sharp over the years, I don't get that vibe not even a little bit, but I don't get the
right
at all.
And the last one is this, Sean. Shannon just explained his longtime assistant used to be his stylist. Also, she was mad, kind of upset, felt betrayed that he hired Hollywood when he went to LA. So he gave his assistant back her styling duties. Shannon has had a stylist way before dude. He didn't want her offended. So instead of having two stylists, he stuck with her and let dude go. I guess Shannon said, you know what? Your services are no longer needed. It does not. And just because people decide not to work together does not mean that there is dissension, doesn't mean there's hard feelings. It just means for the betterment of brands, it's time to sever this extent of our working relationship.
And that's okay. And that is okay. I think that is okay. If that's what it was, only because of his previous interaction with another. So, I mean, I can get why people are saying what they're saying, and I would have done the same thing, kind of like backed away. But yeah, no.
Yeah. So Shannon, I'm serious. Hit old DL up. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, TheeDL Marshall. That's the DL Marshall. Stand-up comedian, radio personality, television personality, actor, influencer. You see it. Hit me up, man. And come on the show. and you can tell your story without having to be worried about damaging the brand of anything. And then guess what? I would love to be your first clean comedian on your platform. And shout out to Sinbad, man. We praying for you and hope you get better. All right, Sean Lee, that's my portion of my first story. What you got on your desk?
Okay, well, I got some news, and I don't know how you gonna feel about this, but the Oxford High School mass shooting back in 2021, a young man, 15, he shot and killed 4 people, injured 7. And just here recently, his mom was found guilty of involuntary manslaughter and faces 15 years in prison. And
whoa. Was mama there?
Mom was not there, but because
did mama put the gun in his backpack?
No.
Okay, so
because they didn't lock it up. It was not locked up how it was supposed to be. So they're charging both parents for his crime.
That's bull.
Yes.
That's bull.
Yeah.
Backsliding. That's bull.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you why I say it's bull. You remember the Black Lives Matter parade where the mom went and bought the son the AR-15 automatic weapon, and they drove across some state lines to the parade. Yeah. She literally took him there. The guy, the young boy, shot up at the parade. The police officers rewarded him with water, took him back to his mom. She drove him back, and she didn't get charged with anything, and she aided this young man. This mother here. Yep. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So she will be sentenced in April. Dad is up in March. He's going to trial in March. So yeah, they're trying to they're not trying to. They are making his parents responsible for his actions. I personally feel a certain kind of way about that. How they're spinning it, and I don't want to say spinning, but how they see it is that because they were neglectful in locking this gun up, it gave him access. So involuntary manslaughter on 4 counts. I mean,
that's excessive, Sean. Because look how many parents don't lock up liquor. Their children get into the liquor and drive drunk.
You know what? I agree with you, DL, to a certain extent. I am just at the point where I am tired of all these people who have guns. I'm just tired of the violence around guns. And so if you could have locked this gun up for him not to get access to it, then I feel like as a parent to a 15-year-old, even to my child, we have a responsibility to keep our firearms locked.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
Up. And if
let me ask you
that, if you don't do that and they're able to get a hold of, now it's one thing if he found a gun or he got a gun somewhere else, I feel like that would be not okay for him.
So what about all these parents who got kids making bombs in their rooms and in their garage and would explode? Why aren't those parents?
I feel like they should be charged and they should be sentenced as well.
So this is in, did you say Michigan?
Detroit, Michigan. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what happens if they lock the gun up and he gets the key, unlocks the box, takes the gun? Are they negligent for not hiding the key correctly? Because I'm pretty sure, Sean, now listen to me.
Where you going?
I'm pretty sure the gun was not laying on the coffee table. It was not laying on the dresser. They probably had it hidden. Yeah. And you know how teenagers do. We've been there. You get to snooping around and you're going to find mama's nighttime boyfriend toy. Daddy's when mama's mad collection. Or a gun.
Yeah.
I feel as this. Those parents, I'm sure, work and work hard. That's how he had time to go in that house alone and get the gun. I'm not excusing that they didn't go the extra step. Please don't take that. They should have taken the extra step and locked up. What I'm saying is that young man, that I'm sure the parents, he knows right from wrong. He knows what that gun can do.
Absolutely.
He knew that if he took that gun, because he felt wronged, and I'll show you, and he came back to show him. That's premeditation.
Yeah.
That young 15-year-old should be charged as an adult, and his parents, if anything, you charge them a financial fee. You go into their pockets as a lesson. If you're going to have firearms, you put it in a box. Even if you strip them as a probationary period of having the right to bear arms, I can even see that. But for them doing jail time, and just follow me, for him doing his jail time, what accountability do you show this 15-year-old? That I can do wrong and someone else will pay for my wrongdoing. That's complete. But what else do you expect from a state that now 5 years later still has dirty water?
Man. You know, sometimes I forget about that. Like that.
Yeah, they got it. They got it wrong on this one. They got it wrong.
Yeah. So
they got it wrong.
So he hasn't gone to trial yet. He goes to trial in March, but mom will be sentenced in April. So I'll keep us posted because she could face up to 50 years in prison. That's crazy. That's just crazy.
And what I say, Sean, is kids. I know when you get a certain age, Ma, I know. Dad, I get it. Y'all think we don't know. You think we haven't lived through what you're living through. And some things you guys are faced with, we had not had to face. But please listen to me. It's things like this that put us as parents in a position that it's not warrant for us to be into. Yeah. Young people. This young man, when he did that, thought that he was going to make a reputation of himself and a name, not to fool with me. When he took that gun, he had no foresight that he would be costing his parents their freedom. Your actions has consequences, young people, and a lot of times you're not the one that has to suffer the consequences.
Yeah, and this is a good example of that. A good example.
Come on, this is crazy. What else you got there, Sean?
All right, so this is a good one. I think that you probably need this too, and I think that in the nicest way. But it's like 5 easy ways to keep your brain sharp. Okay. The first one, okay, to unplug and just breathe. They have like these deep breathing for like 5 to 10 minutes or whatever. So that's supposed to help your brain get sharp. Another way is to consider forgiving someone. Now, this one was different because I was like, oh, forgiving someone. But when I read it, it says forgive a friend, a stranger, or even yourself. That's supposed to help sharpen your brain. Reduce anxiety and depression and lower blood pressure and better sleep. If you forgive somebody, that's what could happen for you. So just so you know, you can do that.
Yeah. You know, the ultimate act of forgiveness?
What?
Fellowship between a husband and wife. It helps with the breathing. It shows that there is forgiveness. It lowers the blood pressure. And
I mean, it might raise the blood pressure. I don't know.
And oh boy, will it help you get better sleep.
It also says to prioritize brain rest. So good quality sleep and naps. Because everybody should take naps. I don't care.
I get my naps in.
Everybody should take naps. And they said you should nourish your brain with green, leafy greens, and dark chocolate.
Hey.
Dark chocolate is a mood booster, just so you know.
Hey, Sean, that dark chocolate that come into that about 6'2.5" wrapper.
Oh, goodness gracious. Sure. It's a mood booster. That's what they say. It's a mood booster. And to caffeinate. So caffeine helps you stay awake or whatever, and it's good for your brain. It keeps your brain energized. So what do you think about the forgiving part?
I don't have any problem with it. My thing is this: the reason why, thank goodness, and shout out to my dad, that I have not had big issues with forgiveness is because a lot of times when I feel as though I've been wrong,
Mm-hmm.
I've been offended, I address it then. So
Okay.
I'm very expressive, communicative. I communicate a lot. And so if I tell you, hey, look, man, I don't know if you're trying to do this or not, partner, but you need to fall back in that area. And sometimes I don't say it in the best. When I'm in a when I'm in a good mood, I say, hey, now I want to make sure that my interpretation of this ain't what it is. Can you help me understand what it is you meant when you did XYZ, whatever the offense to me was?
And that's a good thing. Like for me, the one that got me on here, because it says a friend, a stranger, or yourself. And I was like, oh, I can see how if you don't forgive yourself for whatever, because you know we're hard on ourselves, but if you don't forgive yourself, I could see that whole, foggy brain and being sad and not sleeping and things of that nature. But yeah. And I love dark chocolate.
I'm gonna tell you something that's gonna make that's not
I'm talking about candy.
I am too. We just went past Valentine's Day.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
Hey, but check this out. Now, I'm about to make you and probably all our female viewers side-eye me right here. But I believe the reason why that forgiving self struck you the way it struck you is because a lot of times women, I didn't say all the time, a high percentage of women don't like to view themselves in a disparaging or unseemly viewpoint. So sometimes you internalize anger because you're upset with decisions that you made that you knew in the beginning you shouldn't have made, but you went along with it. And it's like, oh, so it's easier to say, I can't stand him. I can't stand her. I'm just going to get to myself. No more fake. But the real person that you're really mad at is internal, because you already knew if I had followed my first mind, then this would have never happened. And it amazes me how women intuition never seems to pop up until after something happens. No, it popped up before, but you guys just said, you know what? Maybe not. So I think
some of you guys.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah,
I preface it with that, so I didn't have to keep saying that.
Yeah, okay, because you
see what you did.
Don't feel right.
You see what you just did. You see what you just did.
Listen,
you see that. You see that accountability deflection. You see that. You see that accountability. Not everyone.
Listen, because if it don't feel right, it ain't right.
Hey, well, I'm gonna say like I say a lot of times when I'm mentoring or I'm ministering. Mm-hmm. I ain't talking about you unless it's you.
Okay.
And that was to them, not to you, Sean. That was see that? Look at that. See that? That was to them, Sean. Miss TikTok major minor.
Listen. I went viral. Jasmine told me I went viral. She came here and told me our video went viral, and I laughed so hard. I was like, wait, what?
You and her video did?
She wanted me to do a TikTok of me and her dancing, doing old school dances together. And I was like, you mean to tell me almost 2,000 people watched this video?
So what constitutes viral? 1,000?
I have no idea.
Because I got a couple of videos, reels that are up into the 2K, 3K. So is that viral?
Yeah, that's viral. From Jasmine, that's viral.
I've gone, Mama, we made it. I went viral. Well, I started to show off, Sean, by saying the Kansas City Chiefs ran it back to back. And man, when I tell you that this city was ready for a parade.
Yes.
The good Lord gave us on February the 14th, Valentine's Day. Didn't God show us love? In Kansas City, 63 degrees, sunny weather. Beautiful like a spring day. And so man, what a time watching the guys ride down our downtown city streets into Crown Center, Union Station. The joy on the faces of the youth, the family functions, and just generations of family members having a good time, only to have it get to the last sentence. That's going to do it until next year. Kansas City, good night. And pow, 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 pow. We have a mass shooting, killing one. Rest in peace. Condolences, prayers to the family of Lisa Lopez Govan, a popular Kansas City DJ and radio personality. 11 children shot, 22 total. That number still could be rising because a grandmother took to social media saying that her 8th grade grandson was grazed by a bullet, but because the injuries wasn't conducive to going in and having a medical expense, they went and cleaned it out, galled it, and patched him up. But I know there's a lot of people saying, was that a plant to go in there and shoot up? Now, I don't even want to go there yet, because we're still grieving. But there are some theories on why Lisa was hit and everybody else around was not. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it that it scarred children. It scarred children. Someone very close to the Marsh Media family had family members there that were knocked down, trampled. Even their child was trampled. We've had some employees that was pressed up against the barriers and felt as though, from their testament, the life was being squeezed out of them. So when you have mass hysteria, it's spooky. It's spooky. So we got to do better. Kansas City, I can tell you now, if the Kansas City Chiefs run it a third time, they're going to have control measures. I believe, Sean, that one way that it could be done is that they have a checkpoint and have the rally at Arrowhead Stadium. They may have buses roll around the parking lot, lead the players into the stadium, open up the parking lot and have everybody there, have some big screen televisions. And as people come through the checkpoint, cars are checked, people are checked. But there has to be a way for us to do this again and have that big of a celebration, which that should have been. There are going to be drastic changes and safety measures taken.
I totally agree. And because I just did the story on the young man in Detroit, I know that they have 2 juveniles in custody for this. So it'll be interesting to see how that will all play out.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Sean, great stories, great reporting, and they publicly showed out, so we had to get into their business. So another awesome job, another awesome way of reporting. Where can they find you when you're not on Marsh Media News Update?
They can find me on the Instagram. I sound
like somebody's grandma where you just on the Instagram.
On the Instagram. They can find me on the Instagram, and it's actually Sean Lee TV. They can find me there. Yeah.
And Picture Perfect with Sean Lee.
Yes, coming soon.
Very soon. Sooner than what she even thinks. Deadlines.
It's coming soon.
Catch us every Monday morning right here, just like today, 10:30 people, Central Standard Time on channel I-70 MMBE, Marsh Media News Update. You can also catch some Marsh Media content with DL's Backstage Pass Conversations, Tuesdays at 7:30 p.m. You've got Coffee with Charlie and BU. Coffee with Charlie is 6 o'clock p.m., I believe, on Wednesdays, and then BU 7:30 p.m. You got Thursdays, I Just Be Bam, 6 o'clock p.m. Dang DL, 7:30 p.m. Fridays, you've got 7:30 p.m. the Arena Show. And so Picture Perfect with Sean Lee is going to be coming 7:30 p.m. on Mondays. So you will have Marsh Media News with DL and Sean Lee at 10:30 a.m. And then later that night, you'll see Sean again with Picture Perfect. So
hey now.
go on and subscribe now. Go on and subscribe now. And that's right. Till the next time, man, I am your host and anchor, the DL Marshall, comedian, radio personality, Mrs. Sadwell Fair. She is Sean Lee. She's very picture perfect. Y'all make sure y'all keep us. We went a little long this week because we had 2 weeks to make up. And, you know, generally how long we on, I took that whole time just talking about, till next time, we holla.